Alright, so I finished doing everything I needed to do, and time to have a Chinese snack. I have no idea what this is. Well, it's dark chocolate, but I have no idea how it tastes. And I got some green tea. And what I thought was really interesting about this, I drank some green tea in Los Angeles, and it had 33 grams of sugar in it. And this has 3.5 grams of sugar in it. I like that. I have my official Hong Kong currency, the Hong Kong dollar, because I had to print out some paperwork, and the only way to pay for that here was with cash, so I had to do a currency exchange. So I was able to buy my meal, my Chinese lunch, with Hong Kong dollars, and I still have a little bit left over, so I'm probably going to be snacking. I'm exhausted physically, just from walking everywhere. The ride on the plane was amazingly fast. After all of that work, all of that paperwork, all of that running around, I cannot believe that I'm actually on the plane. What's really surprised me is how friendly everyone is. Even TSA was really friendly. It's just different. It's different from American culture. And this is my very first experience being outside of America.
Cabin crew, please prepare doors for departure and crash check. Thank you.
I think it was supposed to be a 16-hour flight, and it only took 14 and a half because, well, I don't know why. They said something happened and they got there quicker. They got there an hour and a half earlier than they expected. But as far as I know, I got on the plane. As soon as we took off, they gave us food. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, which is 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, which is what I'm set to. And I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and they bring me food. Wow, I just smelled this food. It is amazing. So I know it doesn't look all that special. It probably just looks like a TV dinner, but it was so delicious. There was this vegetable that I've never seen before, but it was pretty good. And there were these other vegetables that I didn't recognize either, but they all tasted quite good. There was also this meat that was wrapped with like a cucumber slice, you can see there in the picture, and it looked like shredded beef, but it was so good. And this was the best. It was smoked salmon with potatoes, and I just gobbled it up. Even the mashed potatoes, which look like they just add water, but they were so good. Food was really good. I watched a little bit of videos for about an hour, and then I tried to sleep sitting up, which is not a thing for me. And it's interesting because I paid extra for the premium economy class seat, but actually the plane was so empty that if I had been in regular economy, I could have flipped all the armrests up and I could have laid all the way across, and I'm sure I would have slept really well. But I'm glad I experienced the premium economy seat. It leaned back pretty far, but the thing that helped me was that because the plane was so empty, I went and stole 3 pillows instead of just the one that I was given, and 2 blankets, and I kind of used that to pad the whole area of where I was. So it was difficult to fall asleep, but next thing I knew, I woke up and did a little bit of work on my computer, and then they gave us some breakfast. Breakfast was interesting because I was starving. And there was vegetables for breakfast. And there was also some kind of a meat in there as well. The croissant was really good. And then we landed in Hong Kong. So it just felt like it went by really fast for an international flight, for a 16-hour flight or a 14-hour flight. It was just fast. So now I'm leaving Hong Kong in 2 hours, and I will be in Thailand in 3 hours after that. The flight time is 3 hours. So I'm almost there. Yeah, that's not sweet at all. But good. That lunch that I had, I'll be thinking about that for a long time. There wasn't anyone else in the food area. I don't know what I ordered. I just pointed to the menu, but it had shrimp and vegetables and some tea. Wow. That is good. That is really good. It kind of tastes like a French fry. I'm sure it's seaweed. It tastes like a French fry. Salty and crispy. Wow, that sauce is really good. Try some Chinese tea. All I can say is it's different. It's just different. It's like my taste buds are expecting one thing and then I get something completely different. I could get used to not being used to what I'm eating. Every meal would be an adventure. That is some of the finest noodle I've ever seen. That was really good. I'm so curious what food's gonna be like in Thailand. Everybody raves about it, says it's so great. But I have no idea. So this is the Hong Kong airport, and as you can see, it's empty. There is nobody here. Very peaceful. Just the way I like it, man. This is the time to travel. The airplane, I only saw one other person from my seat on the airplane. Everybody's been so helpful, and you know, people aren't overworked and stressed. They're just standing around waiting for somebody to talk to, waiting for something to do. So that's really cool. When I ordered my lunch, I don't speak Chinese, so I just took a picture of what I wanted and pointed to it. It worked out. Everybody's so peaceful and quiet and polite, and I just cannot believe how clean everything is. Man, coming from LAX, the bathrooms in LA, you don't want to touch anything. Here, I mean, it smells sterilized. It smells like a hospital room, and just so nice. Chocolate covered cookie, like wafers. Really dark chocolate, which I like. I'll probably go back and spend the rest of my money on these things. These are good. Oh yeah, when the plane was landing, one of the head people on the plane brought me this little gift pack. They came over and personally greeted me, and I don't know, I just thought that was pretty nice. Everybody's just so polite, so peaceful. I'm liking it so far. Tea, please. Thank you. So Tommy, I know you're watching, and I know you wanted to visit China. I've been here for 6 hours. I'm loving it.